you.
Sorry?
You never learned Cantonese.
I think they can hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Please have your seats. Come join us. Mr. Cho, please be seated. Paolo, please be seated. I didn't have lunch, guys, so I'm going to have some chips. That's okay with everyone. James, you want some chips? There's sour cream and onion. No? Apparently very healthy. Jerome, you want some chips? You guys are good? Actually, I should put these down. I just realized I'm on stage. Oh, thank you very much, Sigum. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How to Build a Watch Brand in 60 Minutes, the watch industry starter pack. So we were supposed to have a normal symposium today with these three experts sitting around and discussing how you would theoretically build a brand. But they all said, no, that's not hard enough. Do something tougher. And we're like, you know what? It's Horology Forum's 10th anniversary. We have to go for it. So these individuals are actually going to build an actual watch brand, design a watch, and create a marketing message in 60 minutes. But first, let me introduce them. Fiona Kruger, how are you?
Good. Always good in your presence, Wei.
It's very kind of you. Legendary Bertrand Meylan, how are you, sir?
Very good.
Hey, incidentally, guys, Morgan Stanley report 93 million in turnover Swiss francs last year. You know, everyone thinks of him as just being, oh, I'm a nice guy. Dude, this guy is a like business colossus, right? Bertrand, what's the EBITDA?
No, a lot of...
Just give me the first number. It's
Just
okay.
keep the pressure on.
Just whisper it to my...
I'll whisper afterwards.
Okay, thank you very much. And of course, the legendary Suzanne Wong. How are you?
Hey, guys. Better than ever.
So today we are going to create a brand, a watch, and a marketing message. Each of these individuals will be assigned a role in that. Bertrand, if you don't mind, you will be in charge of the brand.
Yes.
Naturally.
Fiona, if you don't mind, you'll be in charge of the product or the watch. I don't like to use the word product. Do you? Well, I don't. It's not a product to me. You'll be in charge of the watch. And Suzanne, are you okay to helm the marketing message as a communicator?
I hope so, yes. Hope I'm up to the job.
And we're also going to have a lot of audience participation in this. So you guys will be really kind of an intrinsic part of this process as well. There might be some voting going on at the end. But let's get started. Bertrand Meylan, take it away, sir. You have 15 minutes to start working on your brand.
We should clarify as well that we haven't really been given a lot of sort of forewarning or instructions beforehand about this. We're kind of being thrown into
Yes.
the
So
deep
we're
end.
starting from scratch. The idea we have a bit is to use you guys as our target audience, but at the same time as our resource to find great ideas. We have to go through many points from what we understood. Like we said, we have not worked on it, so we're really starting from scratch. And I think first part that we have now 14 minutes left to work on is the brand development and going through different ideas that we will have to work on. The first one, which I don't think is the easiest one, and we might, and that's what I believe we will do, is come back to this one a bit later, which is a brand name.
Yes.
I'd rather start and first think about what our brand vision is, and then come back. But if I put final answer here,
No,
No,
because
if you put it final, so you got to put it on the other side here.
Because do you guys agree with that approach that we
Yeah,
should
but that's a
sort of
brainstorm.
finish
Yeah.
with the brand name rather
Yeah, but
than
I can do the
starting with the brand name? A show of hands if you agree that we should not start with the brand name. That's okay. That's still,
much.
like, I can't really tell
But guys,
whether
think
that's a
about
consensus or not.
the vision that you guys have.
exactly. That was the first we need to work. What sort of watches we want?
Exactly.
Are we going for luxury, traditional? Are we going for modern watch? Are we going for micro brand sort of style? Are we going, and I was listening to the previous panel, are we going to a vintage? Are we making a pocket watch cool again? That could be an idea, something that none of us has worked on before.
Sounds like a challenge, though. Sounds like a huge challenge.
Are we here for the challenge, or are we here just...
Suzanne, what you do today will echo in eternity.
So, vision, because we need to hurry, 12 minutes left. Anybody, a direction you want us to go in, or should we just put ourselves.
Yeah. Shout out if there's something that you haven't seen. Exactly. Identify it. If there's something in the market that you think should be existing but you haven't seen yet, shout it out. We're open.
Did you see?
Oh, Felix.
Zoe.
Love it.
That is great.
Love it.
Right. Actually, if you look at it, all the young collectors today are going after 90s Breguets, 90s Blancpains. Why? Because they were small and they had complications. Dude, that's a great idea. No, I'm not trying to steer you, but I'm saying
You're going.
Sorry, I'm only standing up because I can't.
Or we could go
screen if I
45
sit.
mm in square. I mean, if you guys want to do that too. That's
But is it okay? So the vision now is more on a vintage look, mid-size, complicated watch.
Yeah, I think the gap that she's talking about is really true. There are very few complicated
Mid-size
watches,
complications.
37 mm and under, right?
Okay, times
Correct?
are ticking.
Yes.
Somewhere, okay, 37 to 34, right there. That means it's also open to anyone to wear, and even if you're a diminutive man like myself, or have a small wrist, it will look perfect on there, right?
Is 34, 35 a mid-size? Would you consider it a mid-size?
Yeah.
Guys, move on. Let's go.
yeah.
Not mid-size, but anyway. Yes, it can be modern. That's what we are here to
Yes.
discuss.
All right,
But
show
for
of
that,
hands,
we
vintage or
need-
modern?
We need,
ask.
maybe the name will help us.
Yes.
We need a brand name that will inspire us designing the right watch, where Fiona will be here to design it.
Yes, to bring it to fruition.
Are we using an existing name from the 19th century? I think it has been done before. I will evolve on that. Are we using a completely new name? We are in Hong Kong. Are we using something inspired by Hong Kong? Any ideas, guys?
Yeah, I think it might be interesting to make reference to Hong Kong because luxury traditionally is very kind of Eurocentric. And I think taking a different starting point could be interesting. This is a person who's been to Hong Kong once, so I've thrown out one idea. I have absolutely no names in store, but that could be an interesting starter.
Yes.
It's a melting pot between the West and the East.
Yes.
So I think the watch should be called the Fiona Wong watch.
That beg your pardon?
Oh, God, that's a lot
We
of
are in
pressure.
brainstorm, so we're going to write the first one.
Central time.
Central time.
Bertrand, it's very interesting because you're talking about crossroads or intersection or dynamic contrast where different paths merge. I think basically Zoe and Malika gave you guys essentially the foundational idea for the brand, which is mid-size, complication, which normally is classic.
Yes.
But as Malika said, no, let's make it modern.
What else? And I think it's very Hong Kong again, because Hong Kong has this traditional and modern
Exactly.
side
What
that
else
I
could
think-
you do that is perceived normally as traditional but can be made really modern? Maybe métier d'art. Normally that's perceived as very traditional. But if you were to make those type of watches with métier d'art dials in a contemporary way, it could be very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's also interesting if you talk about métier d'art is what people assume métier d'art is, and it tends to be an old guy at a bench.
Yes.
And actually, that's not the thing, and it would be interesting to look at that as a new definition if you think as Hong Kong as a place that redefines itself. So that's actually quite a nice part of the DNA. It's a good thing you're here, Wei.
Oh, thank you. Would you like chips? Anyone?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Sir.
The name I'm thinking of is Phoenix, because we're in Hong Kong. Phoenix or Dragon. Dragon's always overused. Let's use Phoenix, métier art, enamel dial, minute repeater. Thank you.
Yes. Are there any?
Phoenix.
Yellow gold. No.
Yes.
Yellow gold because it's
Because of rocks.
yes, and it's in HK and Asia. So
Any suggestions from any of the Hong Kongers in the room if you would like to see a
You're an
watch
honorary
brand
Hong Konger.
inspired by Hong Kong?
Yeah.
What about something like Hong Kong in English?
Get that mic.
Oh, Hong Kong in English means fragrant
Harbor,
harbor.
Hong Kong.
Can we play off of something somehow?
Harbor.
Yes.
Yeah, FH something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's an idea.
Any suggestions
I
from
was
the Hong Kongers in
thinking
the room?
HF10 as the
HF10.
as the
Well, that
model-
already gives
model
us the
number?
brand story.
model number of
Bertrand, we
the,
only have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes, guys.
I was
Speed
also,
it
when
up.
I was looking outside, I
We
was
need to be
looking
decisive.
and saw those traditional birds you see here in those black kites that I thought was very Hong Kong as well. Thinking about something.
That could be a connection.
Not sure if you guys know the
telephone code for Hong Kong is 852, so that could be a
Yes.
brand name. 852.
Nice.
852.
52. All right, we need to move on because I think more important things to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we have few names here.
Okay.
Should we vote? So, Fiona Wong, 1. No vote. All right. Please. How do you write it?
H and H.
And H?
Hand H.
N.
Yeah.
Bertrand, you got to take the lead here, buddy.
Okay, so let's vote.
Well, you can vote, but ultimately the decision's yours.
Yeah, I know, but I want to be, I'm a democracy
Democratic.
that will take
Okay,
the
fine.
Phoenix?
Yes, sir.
Anyone for Phoenix?
Oh, hang on. Mayor?
H and Amberstan H.
Sorry, what was it?
Amberstan H.
More fun. Okay.
Junk,
Junk?
like the boat that's in the harbor.
I like
Junk
it.
watches.
I like it. 呢個好主，好主。
Okay, guys,
Very
come on.
good
6
job.
minutes left.
Quickly, because that's
Okay,
it.
last one, last one.
Last ideas, and then we're gonna
Sorry.
Yeah.
How do you work, Jean?
Queens Road.
How do you work?
Okay, guys, at this
Like
point, we have to
jump.
stop the audience
It's right.
participation.
Yes.
You have to make the decisions, guys. Don't forget, you must decide also
I-
where you're going to be domiciled.
Girls,
Yes,
quickly.
ladies.
852, I like junk. Black 2, black
Me, I
5.
like junk because it's disruptive and it's also very symbolic.
I'm happy to follow you.
What is it?
Shout, jump, jump, jump.
That's it. So now, unique selling points. So that's it. We moved on. Too late. We have 5 minutes left.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
speed session, ladies, we got to get on board.
Unique selling point. We say we want to do
Mid-size comp.
mid-size,
Or, like, you know,
modern. We're not at the product straight.
Yeah.
Not yet,
Step by
not yet,
step.
not yet, not yet.
I mean, to be fair, I
Mid-size.
think going back to what you were saying about the métier d'art, there's an interesting play there to have something that's named junk, and then you flip it and do something where it's really about things that are of value, and the contrast of that could be a nice thing to play off of. No issue with the mid-size comp, that's fine, but that's very,
Names are hard, huh?
yes.
yeah, but that's a very kind of watch people chat. Like people that don't know the watch industry, you say to them mid-size comp and they literally go to their happy place.
Yes.
So I think we need to, if you want to reach a broader audience, might be worth thinking about that. If you want to just target like the watch audience,
We are
absolutely
in
no
a
problem.
watch audience.
Yes.
I think
However,
we should be quite targeting.
if I
I
may,
totally disagree with
All
you.
right. It's good. I'm taking the
get the
decision.
gloves on. No, however, here's the thing. We're looking at mid-sized comps with a modern vibe. The name of the brand is junk, so it's a bit disruptive in a way, and something that maybe people haven't really taken very seriously. It's in the name. What's a complication that has been overlooked or sort of forgotten or sort of junked that we haven't really taken seriously for a while, haven't seen? What's,
Equation of time.
yeah. Okay, then we go into the price range chat if we're talking about equation of time.
We haven't put any price
No,
point,
we haven't.
so
We haven't. We're not limiting ourselves.
But we
at
have
this
4
point.
minutes for the unique selling point. So
Exactly.
we need to. The idea that you had was really to recreate.
I'm going to put disruptive here, even though I think we use it far too much.
No, don't put disruptive. Come on.
What's the synonym? Okay, guys,
on the
thesaurus
brainstorm.
is what?
Okay.
Oxymoron.
The idea was to really target this audience that is interested in those watches but don't find in the modern watches, if I understood well. So it's the unique
Okay, someone has a
selling
suggestion?
point.
Guys, that's it. You've got to wrap it up in 3 minutes. You have.
Okay. Nai Hao Feng, lah?
Don't get stuck on the name. You know you can.
We did we
Yeah,
moved
yeah.
on.
name.
We're
the
at
name.
unique selling point now.
You next.
Yes?
Okay, a world term with adjustable bezel that you use all year round.
For what do you call it? Daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the ladies don't like that. They're not down. They're totally not down.
It looks like it's got a tropical dial, please. Tropical dial.
Okay, we are
Okay.
at the unique selling point. Now we need to move to right.
Yes.
Should we?
That's up to them.
We are on mechanics for now.
We're
But we
open.
might change.
We're open.
We haven't designed the product yet.
But I believe,
That's the next point.
But I believe this is already our unique selling point.
Let's put
Like
the
a mid-size
first one-
combination with modern vibe.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Come
as
on,
we need
continue,
to.
continue.
We still have many points
Yeah,
to
you
go
have a
through, and
lot
we
more.
have
Dude, you've got
2
2 minutes left, guys. Keep going, keep going. Okay.
Vision.
Vision.
Was similar to what we
Vision man.
Put it down.
was similar to what we
To provide
sorry.
strong product. Sorry, I'm going to use the word product. That fills a niche that in the market.
Put it here. We have 2 minutes.
Okay. Jesus Christ. To provide a
Anybody that wants to add something on that while we're finishing
fills a niche in the market.
Sorry?
Yes.
Yeah. Making complications and métier d'art relevant for today.
Hasn't been addressed.
Okay, guys. 1 minute and 54 seconds.
Okay.
Right.
Move on.
Next. Go.
Okay.
We're going to be brainstorm target audience.
You guys.
Are you the target
watch
audience or
nerds.
not? All right. Because
Okay,
the only thing we can still.
Enthusiast.
Yeah. Well, it is fully watch enthusiast.
Okay, next.
What else do we have?
Okay,
One more.
Let's
Location.
go. Where do we make them?
Yeah. It has to be.
Right.
It has
From a
to
tax
be.
perspective, is a good idea.
Hong Kong.
headquarters. Okay.
Or Dubai.
8,
For the next one.
5, 2.
Okay, next. Okay.
All right, Fiona, you're up.
All right, you guys are 1
Wait,
minute
we
early.
have one
You guys are 1 minute early.
So, are we all agreeing on the name or last minute for an argument if we want to change the name?
Yes. We'll
All good? Do we add anything to it? We just keep it simple?
No, just-
4 letters?
just junk.
You agree?
just jump.
This-
Just jump. We're good.
All right.
Moving on.
Then we
Fiona,
did it with
you're up.
My God.
57 seconds.
I'm sorry, don't start yet. Audience, we still have 50 seconds left. Are you guys sure that you don't want to change any last thing?
There are plenty of things we should change, but I don't think we have time with 45 seconds.
Honestly, I think you guys are off to a fantastic start because there's really there's a niche in the market for mid-sized complications to make
Yes.
art cool, to make meaningful complications. So, what would be a meaningful complication for today?
I keep saying, don't give me a daylight indicator. The sun does that.
Yeah.
Good point. No need for an AM/PM, I guess.
But that's why now you need to think about it. We're going to design the watch as we
Now
have
it's-
25 seconds
Okay,
ahead of
so
time.
just as we're transitioning into that, as a complicated watch, you should define what it is, because we're going to roll right into that, and it's...
And also, just FYI, complications are not my speciality, so I'm going to need a lot of support
Okay.
from you.
We
Just
just
tell you what to put
Aesthetics,
where.
fine. Complications.
Yes.
Yes. And just to reassure you that
4,
this is not how
3,
usually brands are made.
Yeah.
This is not like the usual. This is not reflective
Okay.
of how brands
All right.
usually are set up.
Fiona Kruger, take it away. We are now in the product design category. I would suggest that you come up with a complication that you are at least familiar with so that you can, riff on that and design a very beautiful product for us as well.
We did have a suggestion earlier from the gentleman who suggested a world timer with a rotating bezel.
Yeah. Well, in that case, that's already set the base shape.
True. Anyone else besides the world timer? It doesn't have to be the audience decides. You can,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, the audience can suggest. We'll
Of
just
course,
say yes
of
or
course,
no.
of course.
Any other suggestions? Yes.
Anyone other suggestions besides the world timer, please?
Half an hour is one.
Yes.
Please.
I beg your pardon? A what?
A mood ring inspired case. But do you know what a mood ring is?
No.
Well, if it's on the case back, how will you see it? Yeah,
And
but
it
if
shows
it's
you
on
what your mood is.
If it's on your
So
wrist.
it's a case back with an interactive dimension. It tells you if you're happy, sad,
And the watch should know about it?
Yeah, indeed.
Perhaps
watch-
the color changing bit should come onto the case middle
Okay, but
as
that's
well. Because then you have to take it out to find out what your mood is.
Guys, that's the case back though. What
And
complication
then we'll put me in
would
the,
you unite
we'll
the
put me
mood
in a
with?
bad mood.
Before going into the complication what's the form of the watch?
Ah, good question, Bertrand.
are
Fiona,
we
what
going-
is?
Well, I mean, if we're going
Who
with
said triangle?
a rotating bezel, it's a circle.
We
form.
haven't 100%
But
decided on
no,
that.
no, that's
Guys,
what I'm saying.
strap or integrated bracelet, square,
Yes.
cubitus, or round,
The complication
or
is almost
tonneau.
the simplest to add at the end first because you need to
Yeah.
start. So
Yeah.
do you see it as a round watch or not?
be a
Can be any.
Could be
Can it be
cylindrical.
square? Can it be?
It can be whatever you
rectangular?
want it to be.
Could be cylindrical.
It changed then on the complication.
Yes.
You cannot do every complication in every form.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Could we do a cylindrical thing with like the two ends that you would then rotate?
Yeah.
Like a scrolling globe kind of situation. But
Yeah.
a cylindrical globe, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, the idea of something scrolling is quite interesting. Like,
Yeah.
if you had...
Rather than rotating, scrolling.
Yeah, so a normal scroll is something like that, where you have the two, you know, and it's turning
So
this
you've got
kind
two
of
scrolling
way.
elements on the top?
Tak,
Yeah.
tak, okay. So that would be the normal thing, but as you said, potentially something that's...
Cylindrical.
Cylindrical like this. So if you were wearing it,
It'd be long ways, like
it would be a long ways. Well, that's already interesting from a proportion size, because if you're going for a cylinder like this and it's going long ways, and you're saying mid, kind of smaller size, that's quite an interesting...
You're
So
making,
this way long ways,
you're
and
making
then
a
you-
cylindrical watch.
And then you
I'm listening, and
then
then-
you rotate the time zones that way.
Yeah, so for your cylindrical,
wouldn't
it's
be
not
this-
this way,
Does
this
it go
way.
with the target we mentioned?
It's also very Jacoby.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah.
Just we're going a bit further from
We're
where...
spitballing, we're spitballing.
It's a little rebellion-like. I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
mean-
mid-size target of, with complication is a bit further from the design of that.
Ooh.
Yes, or like sort of a flat
So
scrolling thing.
You can make it like an MBNF.
Like the one I'm wearing right now. We've got hands up in the room.
Just make it look like it has a tropical dial, please.
I feel that you like tropical dials.
Yeah.
I like the I am watch
we'll come
shirt,
back to this
evidently.
point.
Okay.
we need
I
to
mean,
decide, I think, now, what's the...
Yeah.
form you
Got
want
it,
to go
shape.
through.
Round,
Fiona, it's your
square,
turn.
I would-
cylindrical.
It's your turn
It's
to
your
take the
call.
decision.
It's your
Oh
call.
my God. Okay.
We
What do you
trust
think
on
would be
that.
interesting for you as a designer?
It's an interesting one because we've gone down the complication route. Then it becomes very practical decisions because it's about usability and reading. So it's more about proportions and that kind of thing. If you don't go down the complication route, then you're way freer in terms of shape, métier d'art, and aesthetics, and you can play a lot more with that. So it depends if this complication technical element is the key, then it's basically dictated by technique and then making that look cool. If we are not that fussed about that, then you could play way more with proportions and shape and métier d'art and finishing. And the watch becomes basically a kind of stage on which the artisans get to showcase their skill and flex what they're able to do. Otherwise, it's all kind of technical stuff. So sorry for the complication freaks, but as you can tell...
But rather than saying complications, perhaps you could do innovative mechanical systems.
Or métier d'art as way cool.
do a cylindrical case like this. The fun part, let's make a fidget spinner like what the gentleman said. You can just take the whole cylindrical and spin for the fidget spinner part, for the fun part. Métier d'art on the case, you can use like a Corum Golden Bridge movement, scatternize, fully engrave, and then get like artisan to engrave the case on the outer area for additional plus point.
Like a full bracelet that integrates into the watch. Basically.
Which is not easy with...
Yeah, with this.
It's 9 minutes left.
Okay.
I think you should decide.
Yeah.
Fiona, it's your call.
Completely, if you want.
No. I mean, personally, I think if we were going... So we're going Hong Kong, we're going junk. I would be tempted to really make that sort of contrast really obvious aesthetically. I'm just going to free flow here and go for it. So personally, what I find really interesting about Hong Kong is that you have this really kind of straight line architecture, modern, contemporary, and then you have this green space nature side.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting to have a shape where you expect it to do one thing, and then at some point, maybe it does something else. Tak. Okay?
Isn't it supposed to?
Then this, because you've changed the shape here, you now have an opportunity for something in terms of the crown, right? And the crown, instead of it just being this moment where you wind up the watch, it's the moment where you physically interact with the piece. You literally give it your energy, and then in return, it tells you the time. So I would be tempted to do something interesting with the crown shape, potentially going back to Mr. Tropical. So you could take some kind of references from, like if you look at Matisse works, when he did his cutouts, you have these really simple shapes. So you can have something that looks a bit more like a leaf than this. used here to kind of make the sort of grooves underneath so that you can hold it with your finger. And then what you could do on the dial is do something where you're kind of making it purposefully not perfect. So if we're going junk, maybe it's something which is supposed to be absolutely perfect, cool. Like enamel or a perfect finishing, and it looks kind of perfect, and then at some point down here, it's kind of not perfect anymore.
It just kind of goes nuts.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, I think if you assume those choices, that's sort of maybe an interesting approach.
It's like perfectly executed chaos.
Yeah.
I love it.
And what could be interesting is to maybe have some sort of color or color combo, which would be helpful. I mean, this in terms of the mood ring is sort of interesting, but maybe we could do something that's more sort of rather than it being mood in this kind of rainbow color, it could be mood, but that's related, hold on if I can get this a bit bigger, that's related more to kind of nature tones, right? So you're going from something like this to something like this. Voila, up, up, up. And potentially that could be incorporated into here. So for example, if we're talking about métier d'art and like contemporary techniques, something like a coating that's a very industrial coating, right? Like a PVD or a ALD. The reason why they work is because you do the coating and you want it to be stable. And they usually have some rejects because the color is actually not stable. So instead of those going in the bin, you could actually use the instability here.
Oh, sorry, time stop for a second. Guys, you have a lifeline.
Oh.
You can now pull someone from the audience on board to join you on stage.
Ooh.
Who shall that be?
Ooh. Oh, gosh.
All right, how much time do we have to decide?
Oh, no, we stopped the clock for you.
Time is stopped.
Yes, how much time do we have to decide to call someone up? Like a minute or like 10 seconds?
Like,
we have to call?
like 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, decide, please.
Any recommendation?
Well, I was looking for Hind, but she's not.
Hind, that was
Oh,
great
no,
timing.
you could also invite members of the Siddiqui team on board as well if you want.
Yeah.
Including Shruti or Sarah if you wanted. I'm just saying.
Okay, but I believe
All of a sudden they
Hind
stop
might be
laughing.
not in the room.
Come on, guys, make a decision. We need to get going. Suzanne, take it away.
Maybe Shruti.
Yes.
Shruti! Shruti, come on,
Backing away from us as we speak.
Fantastic.
No, or
Shruti. All right, another decision. Someone from the audience.
actually, maybe from the trio of ladies, because they've been asking some really interesting questions. They've got some industry insights. They could be.
And they could help you incorporate that whole mood ring dimension.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay. Guys.
Oh, girl band.
Can they come as a team, or should we do one at a time?
In minority now.
Huh? I'm sorry. We need one at a time, please. Please elect your ambassador.
Oh, you're saying
Mark. Mark. Mark, let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
Long time you were not on stage, Mark.
Guys, 5 minutes and 52 seconds left.
Okay.
Time. Wait, hang on, stop. Mark.
Okay,
Please tell us.
Let's catch him. Let's catch. Yeah.
I am Mark Cho.
Excellent. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Time back in.
Mark,
So where were we?
I feel like Mark's
We're on
got
the
the
colours.
advantage of he's got an objective eye. He's not been in the hot seat apart from all of the experience. So go for it. Critique and suggestions.
Yes.
We have 5 minutes to change
What would you
everything.
keep and what would you junk?
Like the whole thing?
Yeah, but
Continue.
Part one.
Continue.
There are some things that we can't go back on.
You can only change the design now.
No one's ever made a mood ring. Why not, right? This is a fictitious product. I think it'd be fun. I think the K-shape's pretty interesting. I like the fact that the crown is over there. And like conceptually, it's cool. Would I change anything?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, bracelet, that might be a really interesting thing to chat to you about in terms
Mood
of
bracelet.
clients and wearability and that kind of thing. Would you, I
Well,
mean,
when I see an asymmetric shape like this, it makes me think of like the Hermes watches, where you have one lug that's very differently shaped from the other.
yeah, totally.
So to take advantage of that in some way, I think would
Yeah,
be interesting.
yeah, completely. I mean, what could be nice is you could do something where, like the one that you really see, we take some of this organic shape. It doesn't have to be completely mental, but it could be just like a hint of it maybe on the side. You need a part that's straight or round so that from a bracelet point of view, that's easy, right? Rather than the weird bit being at the bottom. So, and maybe with the symmetry, that would help. And potentially if this is off from a side point of view, right, you would have maybe something underneath up here for the bracelet to hook into, and here it's here. But wearability.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we have 4 minutes. I'm going to need to see hands. I'm going to need to see a dial. I'm going to need to see a strap or a bracelet.
You're asking a lot, Wayne.
Just real fast, one other thing you could do is you could do a double strap, right? So from here on the top,
Yeah.
you have a strap that loops over twice, and that way you can also incorporate the taper properly, and then you just mount it on the inside of the case.
So some,
Because that's
like this,
nice
right?
for like a small shape, and then it
That's why
shows
he's up on
off that
stage.
cut off corner a bit.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
So you would have them both going this way, right?
I would do one that's double looped on the left side.
Yeah, okay.
And are you sticking with the rectangular shape there?
Ooh.
I think at this point we only have 2 minutes,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
exactly.
we're not going to make a hamburger anytime soon.
Instead of a lacquer, can you do a heated titanium that would be color changing that would save on cost?
Saving on cost is great.
But you
Yeah, yeah.
mentioned about the nature version going green to blue. You can do that with titanium.
Yep, could do. Okay, so that would be integrated into the dial case, dial, because on the case,
Well, your idea was on the dial, so I'll
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
on
Fiona,
the
you
dial.
just got to
yes.
take the lead here. We need to
Okay.
see hands. We need to see a
There we
bezel.
go.
We need to see, unless it's very good.
Done.
Those are
Voila.
stunning. Beautiful, beautiful.
We were on the vintage modern, so the hands are maybe more important. Do you go on the
yeah.
reggae style? Do you go on, which could go on the...
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if it's a breguet style, it might be a little bit of a kind of,
Well, why can't we do a digital display, like a guichet, or like a guichet,
guichet would be
display
great.
with an aperture?
yeah,
Yes.
agreed. So,
Because the shape is interesting. You want to be able to show more
Yes.
metal, more of the case.
So you've got like a chaotic guichet.
And then you could also have the guichet follow the edge a little bit.
Nice.
And then also have it poking
Actually,
out more.
hold
Wait,
on.
I'm sorry.
no, go
all
for
the
it, go
coffee.
for it.
You give,
I think you're right about that, because if we've done something interesting with the case, may as well echo it in the opening.
2 minutes left.
So we could do something like, I don't know, so there's like a little nod to that, but not too mad. And then it means you've got all of this for the dial coloring.
It's at the hours. You know.
Yep,
Okay. Will we have minutes?
also in there.
Excellent.
Just believe it, way.
Were you going to put a
Believe.
slide on the side and make it a minute repeater?
Why not?
I mean, we did see
We
complications.
have only hours?
We could do. And then maybe if we've got one here, you
If
could
we do like a big hours
tac.
Yeah, because if not...
with the retrograde minutes. Because that's like arced. Follow the arc.
So something like this.
Yeah.
And that sort of adds to the balance of the entire thing as well, because it's going to be
Yeah,
quite.
the negative space.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you accept it already? Press there. Hopefully.
I mean, I'm
Wait,
sure we're
you
all
still have time.
I'm
You
sure
still
we're
have time. You
all
can go back if you
relieved.
want.
One
Got
minute.
1 minute
We
left.
do have 1 minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's starting to look pretty good, actually.
Oh, that's done something weird. Hold on.
Don't press reset.
No, yeah.
It's done a
Yeah.
weird. Okay, yeah.
And you will need a hand.
Oh, dear. 50 seconds left.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's
Okay,
not
it's,
me.
there's a little bit of a bug going on. Can we perhaps?
Technical person, anyone?
No, there we go.
Okay,
There we go.
all right,
There we go.
all
There we
right.
go.
Excellent.
Okay, up.
And
You have to put in the banana.
Yeah. Okay, there. Our min
Minutes.
bracelet.
Yes.
There we go.
all right, let's go.
I would move
25
the minute
seconds.
over. if
20
you could.
seconds left.
So if you have a cuff over it, and showing everything on one side, and then this becomes very clear negative space as well.
So, but see, now it's, I don't know, is it going to look a bit like a happy face?
10 seconds. Huh?
That's a good thing.
9,
Some watchmakers have
Yeah.
based their whole
7,
reputation on
6,
happy
5,
Let's go with this.
I think we're
4,
good. I think we're good. Let's go. Let's go.
2, 1.
Well done, Fiona.
Thank you very much, Fiona. Yes. Well done. Bravo.
Thank you very much.
Mark, thank you so much for joining us. If I'm going to ask you to please
I'll leave now.
join the ladies.
I'll go now.
You can have some chips if you like. There's some chips there. Okay. So now we have a brand. Now we have a watch. But we need a
Of
marketing
sorts.
message.
Are there any more lifelines forthcoming?
We can't reveal that to you, but time has started.
Oh.
Suzanne, Wong, take it away.
All right. Creative concept. The creative concept of the watch, of the brand.
It's your marketing message now. So,
Okay.
racing machine on the wrist. This watch doesn't tell time, it tells history. You never truly own a watch. You merely look after it for the next generation.
A good source of material and inspiration. Yes, lovely. All right. Do you guys have in mind any of the more successful marketing campaigns that you've seen in recent years, things that really made you excited about the watch? Any? Please don't stay quiet. That's quite depressing.
Well, you have a brand called Junk.
Yes. Success is a mind game that puts me on a good path.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will.
Oh.
Why not?
Okay.
One person's junk is another person's treasure.
James.
Do we use Hong Kong also?
James. Yes. Well, the brand's called Junk.
The brand is called Junk. Make it from 100% recycled materials. So it's from junk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Playing the eco card, I like it.
From Junk. Sustainability.
He said from junk to your wrist. Sustainability
coming
is
later
good.
on. Yes.
Sustainability is good. Very good.
From
Okay.
sustainability angle. Own your junk. No.
In your brainstorm. Huh? In your brainstorm.
I
me
will
your
be retracting that statement. Although you should, by the way, own it. Someone just got it over there.
I mean, maybe there's something.
I think the sustainability angle is really strong.
Yeah.
We want something that resonates with the audience that we're trying to speak to, obviously. And this is a high value. Beg your pardon? We will not be adopting that for similar reasons to previous statements.
I believe the tagline is coming later. So
Yes. From Junk, that's
to think
sustainability.
about it.
Okay, but in terms. Not necessarily. No.
Okay. This.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't have to be Swiss made.
But that's also really interesting.
HQ is in Hong Kong, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think about sometimes that there has been, it was mentioned on the panel yesterday, a bit of a snobbishness about, things being Swiss-made versus parts being made in Asia and everything else. I think it's interesting to consider that in terms of the production. I think playing on this idea of junk,
and West
high,
also.
low, perceived value, like all of those kind of things are really interesting.
Made from junk, worn with passion. Well, I heard, oh my God. Was that a good oh my God or a bad oh my God? Matthew? Let's just yell. Yeah.
You want to play the whole Asia thing, basically, like made in Asia, designed in Asia, movements done by an Asian watchmaker, the whole thing.
Where's our till it when?
I really like that. Okay, so sort of really, and this is really bad because I can't remember the English word for it, but valoriser, to,
Yeah, value.
Because valorize isn't an English word. What's valorize?
Don't look at me.
So, well,
Give you
we
in
can
French.
just say valorise, highlighting Asian talent.
Yeah.
Voila. Highlighting Asian talent and value add.
Plus, I think there's also a thing about instead of having, you always see made in China. I think it's different if you call something made by China, because in is just about it's located here
China or by Hong Kong?
Well, okay, or Hong Kong, yeah. So if it was made by, it gives a feeling of responsibility and pride that it was made by rather than just in, which is very kind of location, blah, blah, blah.
But is it the main part of our creative concept?
I think you guys are going to have to move on to the next one.
Yes.
Yes.
You see the pressure come.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's all
exactly.
good.
There's many others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like very much the sustainability angle. That's very much what we're going to be focusing on in all our communications, but that sort of ties into the made from junk, worn with passion bit.
There
Doesn't
was
have to
this
be
mix we
made.
spoke about earlier when we started the concept between
Yeah.
this traditional and modernity. Wanted a traditional or traditional inspired watch, but modern. And that should be also in the creative
Yeah.
concept of.
But I mean, if you follow me for a second, I think that's already sort of inherent to the word junk. That means like a mix, a mélange, like just a mess kind of junk.
Right.
You know, what is junk? It's not one defined thing. It's everything. Okay. It's everything and it's nothing. I think that's the
guys
beauty
are-
of the word
That's your
junk.
part.
So
you decide.
Right. Well, made with junk, worn with passion. I feel like no. I feel like
Yeah,
I've
from.
jumped ahead. That's the
Hold on.
tagline though.
That's the tagline that you're supposed to do
You
after.
want to go from rather than with?
Yeah.
Made, yeah, from
Yeah.
junk, worn with passion.
Maybe you can say transformed into passion.
Transformed by passion.
Nice. And also tropical dial.
Yeah.
Oh.
Transformed. Sorry, could you say that again? Transformed
By
Transformed by passion. Made from
transformed
junk.
by passion into a tropical dial.
No, don't put that there.
Made from junk, transformed by passion. That's kind of the entire concept. We're
Nice.
moving on.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
See, audience participation.
Launch campaign.
All right, launch campaign.
Tropical themed. Next.
No, not tropical.
Right. Where should we launch?
Yeah.
We should launch in a recycling plant.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Hong Kong.
Is
In
there,
Hong Kong.
Is there a cool recycling plant in Hong Kong?
Very cool. Very cool.
Any
No, what we can actually do, we can, like we do this event when we go
In a
on
cool-
the beach. And then after that, we can like have a beautiful like party on the beach.
Oh yes, exactly. Come for a launch, do some hard labor. Yeah, we'll have a great time inviting press to that. Come pick up trash on the beach, and yeah, you know, we could sell it. We could sell it, right?
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, well, you know, team effort.
So you've got a recycling plant, Suzanne.
Launch
else? What
campaign
else?
in a cool recycling plant. Launch campaign.
Oh, you have a
Working with, you know, media or influencers from the sustainability. Did I spell that right?
Yep. World.
Domain.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Finding a sculptor who uses junk to build sculpture as a brand ambassador.
Junk sculptor
Artist.
as ambassador.
Nice, Barbara.
Junk artist
Yeah.
for a launch.
You could also do it on a junk boat in the harbor, as Felix has pointed out.
Made of junk.
To go to the recycling
Junk
plant.
artist
Yes,
for
you take
launch
junks to go see the junk.
Exactly.
And show the junk your junk.
activity.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great sort of overview, because if you can take things that people discard and then represent them in the way where they see it as valuable, that like really feeds into the whole thing.
Yeah.
So what you were saying with the artist works, the location as well, if it was like somewhere that looks a bit, but with the lighting and the setting, actually it's got a vibe. I think that would make sense.
Yes.
Also, just because it's recycled doesn't mean it's only steel. You could have recycled gold, for example, right?
Well, 100%. Yeah.
That would be maybe a more
difficult to find in the-
luxurious environment than the
Recycling plant.
Okay.
Oh, time stop, please. So at this point, we're going to invite another member of the audience to come on stage. And while I'm extremely tempted to invite Mr. Tropical Dial, Malika Crawford, would you like to join us on stage?
Very motivated.
Hey guys.
Wait, hang on. Let's do a quick interview. Malika Crawford, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Malika. I'm from the UK. I live in New York, have done for 10 years. I work at Hodinkee, and I really like watches.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I am a follower of her content. She's fantastic. Malika, time's back on. Take it away. Thank you very much.
I have a gripe with something here. The media or influencers, like, who is that? But who specifically?
Yet to be defined.
Let's figure that out.
Yet to be defined.
Okay, I feel like that's important.
Out of these points, do you have an upvote or downvote for any of them? And also, one last thing I was about to type before the time stopped is, should we also integrate like a sort of giving back sort of component, so of a certain percentage of sales goes towards
that's nice.
Like a initiative for sustainability, something like that.
I feel like that could be interesting. I feel like we have to be careful with the sustainability plug here.
With contributions.
Sorry?
I also agree with you in that the junk shouldn't really, it should be like a kind of a luxury material so that you've got a juxtaposition there.
Or even just like the way that it's treated. So take something which should have been discarded, and then you have an amazing artisan treated it like a métier d'art material.
Yeah.
That combo would be really nice. That's got nothing to do with this. So sorry, Suzanne, we're not helping you.
Yeah.
But actually, that could be an interesting thing in terms of the launch campaign, where if you have materials that are considered junk, and then you invite craftsmen to work with those materials rather than what they're used to working with.
Yeah, that's
so they get to flex their skill set with a different kind of material.
Let's not do it in a recycling plant. Right? Yeah. Like, that's not chic. What about like a gallery?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's a watch, it's a luxury product. We need it to be a little bit chic.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense because if we have the junk artist for a launch activity, the thing could be
Let's bring it to a
in
nice
the
gallery. Okay, canapes, champagne. Okay, right.
Art.
Central, best place in the city.
Yes, totally.
Sure.
Okay, and then we can bring in Barbara's idea for the ambassador sculptor. I'm into. This is like a nice, like an art watch world.
Okay.
Why is it boring? Okay, well, what do you want?
Some things do have to stay the same.
He just wants to get on a boat.
Okay. I'm trying to sell a watch. I can't be that.
Well, you can take the boat to the gallery.
It's coming everywhere.
Okay, fine. We'll do it. Yeah.
And then got junked, and you bring it back, so it's a junk.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Like someone who got cancelled. Yeah.
Well, it depends on who.
Are you volunteering yourself?
Okay, but the gallery doesn't have to be like a boring gallery. It could be like a big concrete space. I don't really know Hong Kong, so you're going to have to give me a suggestion.
All right, guys, we have 2 minutes and 45
What do
seconds.
you think?
There's a tagline.
I think we need to get past this.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should put that to the vote. Who wants the recycling?
Clearly,
plant?
everyone.
Who wants the boat?
Who wants? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, and who wants the gallery?
Okay, through practical.
I think it's the boat, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, through practical
It's actually the boat.
I can suggest that launches should not be on boats.
Yeah.
I
because then
agree. You can't get off.
People arrive late and you've got to wait for them, and then also people can't get off.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you thinking so much about it? They just want the boat. Give them the boat.
Okay, boat.
Okay, let's move on.
Move on. Let's move on. You have 2 minutes left.
No, anchored by sustainability venue. So that's to be decided.
Junk
Move
boat.
on.
What kind of boat?
Okay.
Junk boat.
Tagline.
Okay.
Tagline. Let's go for it. Okay, guys. This
Well,
is it.
I think we had one already.
Put it down. You got 1 minute left.
What was it again?
Made with junk.
Made from junk.
Transformed by passion. Beam. Yep.
Christoph likes take my junk.
We finished.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'll go back.
And the feed to the Middle East goes black.
We need to.
I do not agree with this recycling plant, but whatever, let's keep going.
Guys, we've got loads of time left. We can't go back. Can we go back? We can't go back.
No, because you pressed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what?
I know. I was thinking, oh my goodness, we've got so much. We've still got so many slides to get
Guys,
through.
come on.
We've got tons of time.
That's it.
I've asked
No, you've got 1
for
minute
that.
left. Okay. So Malika, thank you very
Yeah,
much for
can I
joining.
leave?
You may.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Malika Crawford.
Woo, woo.
Oh, okay, guys. And now you will have a few minutes to confer amongst yourselves. We're going to cut your mics. Okay?
Thank you.
And please think about how now you will make your presentation. Bertrand, you will present the brand vision. Fiona, you will present the watch. And then most importantly, Suzanne Wong, you are in charge of the marketing message, okay? So please confer amongst yourselves. In the meantime, we've got a QR code for you somewhere. Is that, yes? Okay, so the QR code is for a raffle. It's cool. So just download it, scan it, and then enter your details into it. It genuinely is cool. So go ahead and that. And then it's also, you will be able to using, I can't tell you, it's a surprise. It's good. It's good. And you will also be able to assign the dollar value that you would pay for the Junk 852 watch with the double strap and the mood ring back case. And which is sustainable as well.
How long do we have to present?
You have the time that you want to present. How's everyone feeling about the watch? You good? You like it? Honestly, I have to, give a shout out to James because the recycling angle was really strong, right? Well done, James. The recycling angle was very strong, James. Well done. I'll pay you.
Turn off the screen. Someone needs to turn it back on.
Can we have someone from the tech team? Thank you very much. The screen has gone black. Felix, how are you feeling about the watch? Okay. Fantastic. Are you excited about the launch party on the boat? Right. We can incorporate all three, probably, I mean, one thing they've never thought about is you could start a recycling plant, get onto a boat, and then see how the material is actually transformed at the art gallery, which is where I want to go, because I like champagne. Guys, oh, no, they're conferring. But can we do that, guys? Why don't we do all three locations? So we'll start at the recycling plant, seeing how the gold is transformed from discarded bits into a new alloy. Then we'll take the junk boat where we'll chill and have boat drinks and listen to yacht rock. Let's not overdo it. Zach, okay, so we're going to be on the junk, and we're going to eat the greatest hits of junk food. Zach, give us some of those.
You've got like your junk snacks like Oreos, Boy, and all that. Junk food is McDonald's and any other fast food.
Okay, we burgers, but specifically McDonald's or burgers? But hey, or you could do the best of Hong Kong street food and junk food, right? All right, we could do that. Okay, so we have an array of the greatest street food here in Hong Kong, which is considered to be junk food, but in an affectionate way. And from there, we go, whoa, the clock is ticking again. Am I supposed to start? And then from there, we go to the art gallery. Yes, because I do like that idea as well. We will present the watch along with the sculptor that transforms junk into artworks. Cool?
What sort of musical entertainment do you have?
Felix, I feel you have an idea. Yeah. I mean, I guess the junk food equivalent of music, whatever that might be, Supertramp? Okay, we're going to play exclusively Supertramp in every one of the venues. We're going to see the gold alloy being smelted listening to Supertramp. We're going to get on the boat and listen to Supertramp. All right. Guys. Oh, is it back on? It's not back. Okay. We're still talking. Excellent. All right, let's talk about cocktails. What drinks are we going to have on the boat? Oh, I love that. So he wants to make martinis in a trash can. I know. I think you could. The problem with martinis, if they're not cold, they're not martinis, right? So I kind of feel like something with the ice in it, maybe a Negroni, Something tropical, like a Hong Kong. Nice, yes.
Yeah, something tropical would be nice.
Yes. Tropical drinks for the tropical man. Excellent. Yes, oh, we're back. All right, guys. Bertrand, I'm sorry, your time is up. There's only so much I can talk about related to the... okay. Oh, incidentally, guys, if you agree, we've decided to unite all 3 launch events, right? So you're going to go to the recycling plant where you see the alloy being recycled. Then from there, you're going to get onto the junk boat, and you're going to go across the harbor eating the greatest junk food hits of Hong Kong, all the street food of Hong Kong. You're going to have cocktails made in garbage cans, right?
With stuff floating in the...
Yeah, I mean, you know, that looks like poop, but it's actually like chocolate, right? And then from there, we're going to go to the art gallery to see how the sculptor that transforms junk into artwork and have a real cold martini, which I'm feeling that we really need right now. Mark, you with me? And so, okay, guys, it's time for you to present your brand. Bertrand, take it away. Tell us about each of these elements.
We can select that, by the way. We'll go through what we want.
Yes.
So we are very happy and proud to introduce you today to this amazing new brand that we will be launching. The idea was to celebrate this amazing city we are in, at the same time to think about the future with a sustainable side and to talk to a very enthusiastic audience. And that's where the name Junk come from. The perfect name for a future brand. And really the idea behind the Junk brand is this, to mix with this mid-size comes with modern vibe, which again is what Hong Kong is about really mixing all this amazing atmosphere we have here. If we go back to the overview, we go to what?
Oh.
Did I break it again?
No.
Vision is, it's really to provide, we know there is a niche that nobody has achieved to address, and that's what our watch will be about. It's a strong product that fills this niche in the market that hasn't been addressed before. Aren't we right?
Exactly. Precisely. And nodding my head all the way.
Yes. And you are our target, all those enthusiasts here in Horology Forum 10. You all our perfect target for this junk watch. And this watch will be made, developed, shown in Hong Kong 852. But now I think we need to let our amazing designer that spent hours developing amazing products.
Yes, poured all her genius into
exactly, weeks and weeks to come out with, please, the next product.
So,
bow down in wonder.
Obviously thinking about the longevity of the brand, here we have what I would call a foundational first sketch. So thinking about the front of the watch more like a blank canvas, this is a hint of what could be achieved. So what we wanted to do is to have the potential for different kinds of complications. This is a first suggestion of hours, retrograde minute, thinking of the front really as an area to be playful with métier d'art and taking that in a more contemporary way. So that this space basically allows us to play with lots of different materials, some of them considered junk, or which are being recycled, and then working with amazing artisans to showcase their skill set on this stage, basically, which is the front. We've got a very sort of modern, straight line base shape, which is, I think, reflective of the kind of straight lines of the architecture here. And then we have the corner, which is a more organic form, which reflects the fact that Hong Kong is a mix of organic and modernity. We have the crown at the corner, which is a moment where you interact with the piece. And the shapes are, or it's one shape which is carved into with these sort of organic leaf-type motifs. So instead of just designing one piece for today, it's a foundation which, as the brand evolves, the collection can evolve to incorporate different kinds of complications in this one form. We've also got a double bracelet so that for the wearer, considering the shape is a little bit different, it's very comfortable to wear, allows for flexibility. You can change the straps because I think that's also important. And there would be the opportunity to use materials such as apple leather, pineapple leather, all of those options which are now coming more and more onto the market. And we've, in this first one, mentioned some colors, which are, again, really at the beginning, we're talking about sustainability. We're going to use natural colors such as greens and blues, and potentially looking at something like heated titanium, which is considered a more kind of technical approach, but thinking of it from an artistic, artisanal point of view. So it helps in terms of price point, craftsmanship, high tech, voila.
Excellent.
Junk.
Suzanne Wong.
All right, develop a compelling creative concept and unforgettable tagline that will captivate your target market. And I'd just like to explain, first of all, laying it out, that this concept has been extensively workshopped with a focus group of highly qualified enthusiasts and members of the community. So this is something that we really crowdsourced and got from an extremely knowledgeable and, what I say, influential resources as well. So let's see, how can I go back to the overview? Tap that. Let's go to creative concept. Now, the name of the brand is Junk. And we took a bit of inspiration from the idea, from the saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. And we wanted to show something that was transformative because that represents the brand as well. It's something that we're hoping to achieve, like, something that has never really been seen in the market before, something that addresses a niche that hasn't been addressed before, something that speaks to an audience that hasn't been spoken to before, hasn't felt heard before. And we want to say made from junk because maybe this is a concept that people haven't really thought about before, really put aside, not really noticed, not really put any value in before, but we've transformed it because it's transformative. We've transformed it by passion. And not necessarily anything to do with tropical dials, but still very passionate, lots of passion in it. And in terms of how we're going to launch it, we want to work very closely with elements of sustainability, because of course that's another pillar and sort of really something that really drives the brand and what we're trying to achieve, the messages that we want to put out there, the values that we want to be associated with and do really, really strongly identify with ourselves personally and, globally. That's everything about the launch campaign, everything about the people that we work with, everything about the venue that we are going to hold the launch event in, which, by the way, obviously, another nod to one of our founding values, will be here, right here in Hong Kong. And will be based around sustainability. Everything needs to have an angle that's coherent, that is consistent, and that plays a part in building up the content and the context of Junk, the brand. And changing a bit, the concept of, is it junk? What is junk? What does it really represent to you? If something matters to you, if something is precious to you, even if the dollar value of it is not super high end, it's dear to you, it's dear. It's expensive in some way, it has a cost. So in terms of the media that we're going to transmit our message through, in terms of the venue that we have our launch event at, which we're still deciding, although there are some strong concepts already in the works. The launch events, which we are currently speaking to really sort of artists, sculptors, people who are known in their field for creating amazing pieces of art around the concept of junk, and obviously oriented once more around sustainability. This is how we plan to get our message out there, and of course, for the future, we will still continue to work largely with communicators, with our community, with our community of consumers, to really push that message across, and hopefully make this more of a wider platform and that people can join in and really feel part of an effort to support our message. And of course, support our products, because we want to, celebrate the amazing talents of Fiona and the brainchild of Bertrand with his brand creation genius. And once again, we hope you like Junk. We hope you love Junk. We hope you support Junk, which is made from junk and transformed by passion.
I think I think now we can speak about the commercial side. I think with a subscription that will go through you, Wei, for whoever is interested. You'll care of the
Available for sign up now.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much. We have a surprise guest. Can we please call onto the stage Sunflower Man? Thank you. Wow. So Sunflower Man was backstage. He was listening to everyone. He was looking at your wonderful sketch, Fiona, and he has transformed it into his signature work of art. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I survived. Amazing design, by the way. Amazing discussion as well, right? Things can get heated, but we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Excellent. So as you were listening from behind, did you like the idea of something that was called junk?
Junk, I think it has a nice place in this world. Honestly, what I really kind of had in my mind was the mood ring would tell the time as your mood changed, or as the metal changed, it would change colors across the dial.
So you have reincorporated the mood ring function into here.
Well, of course.
Fantastic. Well done. So there we have it. It's a jump hour, am I correct? A kind of dragging minutes mood ring shaped asymmetric watch with a double strap. What size is this watch, Fiona? Don't say 35 mm.
Yeah,
any size that will fit everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Excellent. And for you, would you wear this watch, sir?
Me, I could get away with anything. I would definitely wear this watch.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay, we have a surprise, which is that who entered the raffle? Did everyone enter the raffle? Do you want one more chance to enter the raffle? Yes? Can we put the QR code back up because you win this? Well, all right, guys, can you put the QR code back up on the screen, please? Thank you so much. And I think as you scan the QR code, there's also an option for you to explain which price category you feel this watch should belong into. There you go.
Nice. And as you think about the value that you would invest, do keep in mind that although it comes from junk, has been transformed.
By passion.
By passion. You can't put a price on that. Some might say priceless.
How's your experience here at Horology Forum 10 been?
Oh, it's been amazing. I've been drawing. If you haven't been drawn yet, find me. We'll draw you.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a Brew Watch HP1. If you've heard of Brew Watch, they kind of jumped on the scene with the metric chronograph over the pandemic.
Nice.
This is a one of one from way back when.
I like the suit also, dude. Really good style, man.
Easy one to make.
Yeah?
Trying
Okay,
to price point.
here we go. How much are you willing to invest in Swiss francs? 0 to 1,000, 19%. Hey, that's not bad. 1 to 10,000, 49%.
Jumped up.
And then 19% is 10 to 50,000. Fantastic. 3%, 50 to 100,000, and 8%. Who's the 8%? I got to know. Who's above $100,000 here? All right, Swiss francs. Constant, well done. Guys, I would like to thank you all very much for participating in this. Fiona, you're amazing. Suzanne, Wong, extraordinary as usual. Bertrand, Meylan, I'll see you at the bar at the back of the plane as we always do, sir. And Sunflower Man, thank you for this magnificent work of art. Thank you, audience, as well. Thank you. And that's it. Stay tuned. At some point, they'll flash the name of the winner on the screen. But in the meantime, guys, we need to take a picture. Should we do it right around this magnificent artwork? Oh, the winner is Chester Pan. Chester Pan.
Chester? Is there a Chester in the room?
Excellent. Come on, you can stand over here.
Nice.
Guys, Fiona, why don't you stand here? Suzanne, there you go, on that side
Should
as well.
we get the thing in the photo as well? Okay, it's what are we doing with the picture?
Do you want us to move that way? Sure.
I can. Okay, Yadi.
I got a door. You bet.